My world, my clay house, the affection of a village and a simple home. I am Ivan. My mother always tells me my name means sweet. But even sweeter than my name is my village. This village is peacefully situated away from the hustle and bustle of the world, like a silent painting of nature. In the morning, when dewdrops are still clinging to the grass blades, the first rays of the sun fall upon the distant blue mountain ranges. The sight of those peaks slowly beginning to glow with a golden hue is the greatest comfort my eyes can know. The entire surrounding area is a green world. The fresh scent of the forest and vegetation spreads throughout the village. In this beautiful setting, another beautiful sight is my family. My mother's gentle smile and the warmth in my father's hard-worked hands are the greatest protection I feel. However, amidst this beauty, there is a small disparity. That is our home. Our house is a tiny, small dwelling. It is made of hand-kneaded clay. The roof is covered with a few dry coconut fronds. Over time, baked by the sun and drenched by the rain, small cracks have appeared in the clay walls. Sometimes I look at those cracks and think, alas, these cracks are the marks of our poverty. When you step inside, there is just one room. That's where we eat, study, and sleep. That is our entire world. Sometimes I go out to the yard and look at the large, beautiful, tiled houses of the other children in the village. A small pang of sadness arises in my heart. I think, if only we had a house like that. But the very next moment, I remember how happily my mother, father, and I live under this coconut frond roof, between these clay walls. The wealth of no palace in the world can measure that happiness. Although our house is poor, I am very talented at learning. It is the biggest passion of my life. My teachers at school always say, Ivan is the most talented student ever produced in this village school's history. I hold the first rank in my class with great dedication. I also really like to help other children with their studies. I pursue my education with them in a very friendly manner. My young friends borrow books for me to study. Every Saturday, we gather in the yard of the village temple to solve math problems and practice speaking English together. This camaraderie brings great strength to my life. However, living happily and skillfully in this small village became unbearable for some. Even though I was a child from a poor clay house, my talent for learning was intolerable to some of the village elders. They always looked at our family with anger. On some days, they had insulted my father in the paddy field and my mother near the water tank. How can someone from a clay house go to university? Even if you study so much, in the end, you will return to the paddy field, they would say, hurting my parents' hearts. I heard these stories too. Sometimes my young heart ached greatly. I thought, why are people so mean? Every time tears welled up in my eyes, my mother would hold my hand and say, Son, people's words are like stones. But your heart should not be like glass. Don't let those stones break your goal. Your good character is the greatest light. My mother's words became a great force in my life. I did not stop my studies because of that envy. That hostility further strengthened my resolve. My only hope was to study well and bring honor to my parents. School teachers knew both my talent and my poverty. They loved me very much, especially my class teacher. She always placed a hand on my shoulder and gave me courage. She even bought me necessary books and school supplies out of her personal expense. I showed my teachers limitless love and devotion. In my world, after my mother and father, I respected my teachers the most. Even when leaving school to go home, I would turn back, look at the school, and thank my teachers. They were the ones who showed me the limitless treasure of knowledge. No matter how talented I was in studies, I never neglected my responsibilities regarding our housework. After school, I go to the paddy field to help my father in any way I can. I repair small buns and pull out weeds by hand. Even though my body is soiled with dust and mud from this hard work, I feel great contentment when I see my father's happy face. When I go to our kitchen, I help my mother cook. I gather the firewood for the hearth. Sometimes I wash and peel the vegetables. My mother loves to include me in the kitchen work. We get lost in conversation. Mother tells village happenings and I tell school details. These are the stories that bring life to our little clay house. In the evening, the three of us lay down a mat, lean against the clay wall, and spend time together. Father tells the day's events, Mother laughs, and I listen, nestled against my father's chest. That moment is the most valuable wealth I possess in the world. Another great joy in my life is my love for animals. I love animals and birds very much. My best friend and brother is Tommy. Tommy is my pet puppy. He is very beautiful, pure white. Whenever I am at home, he plays with me. When I am studying, he sleeps near my feet. After I finish reading a book, I stroke his head, pretending to read the story to him too. In the morning, I scatter some food out of the small window for the birds that come to our yard. Then they sing happily. I truly feel that joy. I believe that every being in this world deserves kindness. One day, when a group of village children were trying to break a small bird's nest, I ran there and scolded them. Although they laughed at me, I protected that bird's nest. In this small life of mine, although I am poor, I feel immense pride in the good qualities I possess in my heart. Determination, hard work, kindness, love, and respect for parents, these are my true wealth. I know that many rich people do not possess these qualities. I am talented at learning. I love my family. I love animals. No matter what anyone says, I will never deviate from my goal. Finally, I look at the small house surrounded by these clay walls and think, it may be small, but the light of love within this house is the strongest light in the world. This clay house is my most beautiful world. Even though Myvan was poor, he was the richest person in the world because of that love and goodness. Despite the obstacles, he was a little hero determined to conquer the world, happily pursuing education.